Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, LLC, offers more value than any other good full-service real estate brokerage firm when it comes to the sale of your home. We offer at least 27 things that contribute to your home selling in the least amount of time at the highest price. To receive our free home selling pamphlet, email us at info@brooksanddavis.com or call 713-665-8329. We also assist people who want to purchase homes or who are interested in getting their real estate license. Visit us at www.brooksanddavis.com.
It's hard to find good help.
Welcome to the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. I'm your host, Rick Davis. I urge you to follow me on social media at Prime Real Estate Rick. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook at Prime Real Estate Rick. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in commercial or residential real estate here in the great city of Houston or anywhere in our great state of Texas, please visit our website at brooksanddavis.com. As always, I want to welcome my co-host. He's not only a real estate broker here in the great state of Texas, but he's also a serial entrepreneur, multi-time author, and he's known the worldwide as the Texas Real Estate King. Back from sabbatical, I would like to introduce to the Prime Real Estate Network audience my co-host, Mr. Larry W. Brooks.
I appreciate that warm welcome, and as usual, Rick, you the man. I had a chance to catch the show when I was gone. You had an amazing friend of mine, Courtney Johnson Rose, on, and not only an amazing friend, but someone that I also consider a mentor because she's been in the industry 20 years and I've been in 18, and I've just watched her make moves and try to do some of those same moves myself in order to grow. So that was amazing. I had a chance. I was out last week because I ended up going to California, and so in California they had their California Association of Realtors conference, and so I had a chance to stop in there and just kind of see what it is that they're doing, what it is that we got going, and maybe even think about getting a license in California, guys. Just in case you're down there, we're thinking about it at Brooks and Davis, thinking about getting licensing down there as well. And of course, while I was down there, I went ahead and participated in some of the lovely events like the fight. They had the Spencer versus Porter fight.
I saw that.
It was a good fight, man. Like the energy in the room.
Boxing, man.
How many energy in the room was amazing. You know, it felt good just to be a part of that kind of environment.
The cool thing about you checking out that fight, and the reason I was glad you had a chance to go, is that it's a difference between seeing a fight in a basketball arena, like the Staples Center, versus seeing it in a hotel in Las Vegas.
Yeah, that's right.
Because it's the Vegas stages are a little bit more intimate. Yeah. But when you go to the Staples Center in LA, it's almost like a free for all.
Yeah, and it's crazy because I've had and I totally agree with you because I've had the chance to doing both the MGM and the Staples Center, and you're right. But I think the like even the crowd around us was good. Everybody had the humor and it was just a good environment just to see everybody happy about something going on.
I'm glad, man. I'm glad you went to a fight that there were no mishaps. Yeah. I remember when I went to my first fight in Vegas, it was a riot in the ring. Thus, a riot jumped off in the crowd.
No doubt about it. That's how it usually play out. Everybody got that rush
the
going.
energy was there. It was nuts. Yeah. But it's good to have you back. Then I had a chance
to meet Floyd father. Floyd D. Money Wayweather's father.
Oh, so you saw Big Floyd.
Saw Big Floyd, man.
Big Floyd.
Big Floyd dropped a few nuggets. I have a 13-year-old that I'm raising. So, have an opportunity to just say, Big Floyd, what was one of the major decisions that you made before you created this guy that has created an empire and your family's going to eat and live forever off of this wealth, right? And the one nugget that he dropped with me was just he saw what I did, he enjoyed it, and he wanted to be a part of it, right?
Okay,
that's a
cool.
nugget.
So you need to make this real estate thing look a lot cooler to your son, man.
I mean,
we got to start having a lot more fun. If you want him to follow in some footsteps, this thing going to start looking too much like work. If we stay professional too long, brother, we got to get our thing together.
Man, I'm taking up too much time. Go for it, man.
Hey, look, man, it's good to have you back, man, no doubt. Oh, I want to wish everyone a great month of October. I'm sure everyone knows that October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So all month, I'll definitely be repping Team Pink. So I want to give a shout out to everyone who has been battling the illness. Prayers up for you, for those survivors. Please go out, each one, reach one, and support, because I know when you're battling these type of things, support and being part of a community is very, very important. So
with you saying that, I got to plug something else.
Come on, give it up.
So I want to give you a shout out. Your birthday is in a few days.
Come on, man. Appreciate you.
You on what, next Monday?
Monday, Team Libra,
Monday,
man.
You Team Libra. I'm on the 8th.
Yeah.
And then today, the 3rd, our RSVP, our Rick Big Rod, our LB Big Rod.
Yeah.
He's passed away. That's kind of why I was saying it that way. But his birthday would have been today.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
man. So that's my
R.I.P.
man, Big Rod, bro. Don't get me so emotional on the mic here, bringing up my
No
people.
doubt, man.
That's
I'm
what it
looking at
is.
some
Much
photos
love
of it.
to his family, his kids, everybody, man. Big shout out from the Prime Real Estate Network family.
Yeah.
But I want to move on and introduce our guest this week. Everyone, this is episode 61, and it is entitled The Queen of Content.
I love that.
Reason being is because today we have the queen of online media content. You'll receive and hear about some of the things that she's done to build her online media platform, how to create quality content. And if you are a YouTube channel content creator, she'll give you all the information about how to get your channel up, popular, going, and how to make content that's actually worth people viewing.
Right.
So without any further ado, I'd like to introduce YouTube content creator, social media influencer, known the world over as Brittany the host.
Hey.
But here on this show with us, she'll be known as the queen of content.
I love that. Can you
Miss Brittany Daniel. How are
Hello,
you?
how are you? I need to take that. Can I take
Feel
you on the
free.
road with me anytime I
Absolutely.
do?
Hey, look, man, you
I
keep me
think
on
the
the road.
exact same way, right?
Yeah, babe. Hey, better travel. Hey, get us a tour bus and it's on. We'll all go. So thank you for sitting in with us, Brittany.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here. Thank
No doubt.
you.
Now, I'm really excited to have you here because as a struggling online content creator in a real estate space, it's always good to have a professional like yourself,
Thank you.
especially sitting here not only to enlighten and educate Larry and myself, but all the other entrepreneurs, real estate professionals, and business people that's going to see your lovely face and hear your beautiful voice. So first thing first, can we talk a little bit about your content, what motivates you and your YouTube channel?
Okay, awesome. They already said, but I'm Brittany Daniel, and I've been making content for about 4 years now, making consistent income on YouTube for 2. And what I do is I guess I didn't start this genre, but it's called adulting, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
And it basically helps young adults live their best lives, or I try to help young adults live their best lives. And what that means is any mistakes that I made in my 20s, I know I look young, but I'm 31. Any mistakes that I made in my 20s, I wanted to share my experiences and what I've learned so young adults would learn from me and they wouldn't make those same mistakes. So it started off with an idea about a budgeting and savings video that I had, because I was doing a budget and I was already on YouTube, but I was doing everything that everybody else was doing, the beauty, the makeup, and nothing was really sticking because, as you know, in 2014, the market became very saturated with the same type of content. So it was very hard to stand out. And one day I said, you know what? I know that if I struggled with this, I think I was about 25, and nobody taught me. My mom didn't teach me how to save. She actually kicked me out. I worked in Greenspoint Mall at Champ Sports. And
On the 5'6" stop it,
Every
man. Let me
sing-
stop it.
Guns point.
Come on, stop it, man. Get out of here.
And every paycheck, I would blow on Jordans because I felt like I was working to buy what I wanted.
That's right.
Nobody really gave me the concept of saving or budgeting or anything like that. So my mom would get so mad and she would say, if you buy another pair of shoes, I'm going to kick you out of the house, which she actually did for about a few hours one day because I was hiding shoes. But she never taught me how to do it, and I had to learn on my own. So I said, let me make a video to help young adults, or help adults period, who have no idea how to even start. And it was very basic, said how much you get a month, broke it down by your bills, and just a very basic budget, starting from scratch. And it took about 6 months, but that video took off. And to this day, I made that video almost 3 years ago, and I still get paid from that video every single month.
And no, I have to interrupt you because this is the part of the show where I urge everyone to open up another browser window,
Oh, thank you.
go to YouTube, and search for Brittany the host because.
Or Brittany Daniel.
Oh, okay.
Then my
Absolutely.
name pops up, and that's another thing I can teach you how to do. Brittany Daniel, it's BRITTANY. Daniel, DANIEL, no S, because I know people like to put that S on there.
Oh,
No
damn.
S.
No
Yeah,
S.
it's okay.
And no, because one of the questions I wanted to make sure I asked you, especially once we started the show, was for those who are apprehensive about getting into the content creation space. Can you go over some reasons why all business people and entrepreneurs need to start creating content if they haven't already done so?
Definitely. So off the top of my head, I believe there are a few statistics that say 49% of content is video. And people consume so much content on YouTube and Facebook because video it's quicker to get the information. Instead of reading a book or reading a blog post, you know, now our attention spans are getting shorter and shorter, especially the younger your clients are, the shorter their attention span is going to be. And you can learn so much from a video. So I even listen to video books online with video content. But I encourage every entrepreneur, business owner, especially real estate, to have a YouTube channel, because not only does it help bring new clients to you, it helps your search engine optimization. So say if somebody typed in Brittany the host, right? What will come up is my website and videos and all of my social media. I don't do blogging because I never was really consistent with it. I love to write, but I felt that it just wasn't my niche. It wasn't just what I love to do. What ended up happening is that was, instead of the blogs, my videos were circling people back to me. And if you do have a blog, don't stop writing your blogs, but integrate video into them. So just do your points. I'd shorten the blogs and put video content in there so it all circulates back around. And also, YouTube is the only social media platform at the moment that you can make residual income off of. So if you show a video of a beautiful home, yes, the home might sell, but somebody might say, hey, what else do you have? Or that's the type of home that you had then. What do you have now? Or what do you offer? And it also allows you to communicate with your clients without having to repeat the same things over and over and over again. If somebody's coming to you and they're a first-time home buyer, you can say, hey, check out this video. I gave you some tips, and then we can move forward. And you can just have everything laid out there. It's just a lot easier to get out information. It's a lot easier to help people find you, get your information. It's just, I don't know why everybody's not making content right now.
No, it's one of the, and I want to bring attention to one of your video posts that I thought was truly illustrated a lot of the things that I try to illustrate to my clients. And Larry and I have a marketing piece where it talks about how to organize before you move to a new place.
Yes.
And you have a video blog post where you talk about how to move and save money.
Yes.
And move cheaply.
Yes. I've done it like 4 times in the last 5 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I move a lot. And my subscribers know that girl moves. I move a lot.
No, and the thing that made it so powerful is that I thought about our marketing piece, Larry, and I always thought to myself, man, if we could have this video instead of just a flyer, it would be a lot more powerful, because watching you illustrate those points, I think for a lot of young adults, young professionals, it's moving expenses is something that people take for granted until it's the day you moving.
And it's so expensive.
And then after you move into your new place, all you're thinking about is, I can't believe I blew all of this money doing this. So I think that's something. But the question I wanted to ask you for our listeners is, where do you get the ideas for the content you create? Because your subject matter is so relevant and right now. How do you go about coming up with those concepts?
I'm not gonna lie, a lot of it's God. It's instinct and intuition. But honestly, it's what can I bring to the table? What value? What do I know that I can share to help others? Content creating is all about value. Even if it's entertainment, you might see, like, look at your kid, like, why are they watching that stupid video?
God playing videos.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
I got a 13-year-old. He be watching a kid playing video all day. What is that about?
Because that kid is bringing your son value. He's showing him how to win the game.
Oh, wow.
Even with the entertainment, the couples, they're giving young adult or young children something they might not have at home.
Yeah.
Fun, love. For me, I bring value. Maybe your mom didn't teach you how to move, or nobody taught you because they thought that you would just figure it out. And you bring value. So whatever, everybody has something that they know how to do, whether it's baking a cheesecake from scratch, whether it's how to sell a home, whether it's how to tie your shoes properly or how to clean your room properly.
Yeah.
You can make a video on anything that people find value on. But what I always tell people, before you push record, do your research.
Absolutely.
See what people are looking for, and there's tips and tricks, and I do all that in my one-on-one coaching to show you how to do that and find that. But you got to look at, see what are people searching for, and then once you look at that, what's missing in the market. When I did budget and savings, there was no young woman of color talking about budget and savings. It was all guys like Rick, Mike, and Jack, and maybe a little few Sarahs, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I knew that there may be a young black girl that looked like me that wanted to see somebody like them talk about those topics. So I want everybody out there, don't get discouraged if you see 5, 10, 15 people talking about a specific topic, maybe Karen might not want to push Sarah's video or Tim's video, but she'll look at you and say, oh, that person looks like me, or that person, looks familiar. Let me listen to them.
Wow. It's really cool because we're going to take a short break, but when we get back, I want to talk to you a little bit about your entrepreneurial evolution.
Okay.
And your path that you've taken as a businesswoman and professional to get where you are now. Because right now, there may be people who might see this first segment and be like, oh my goodness, she's so centered. She has,
or she's cute.
And she has,
so she has subscribers, and that's not true.
Right. So if you don't mind, I'd like to go a little bit into what you had to do to build your following.
Okay.
And give some tips and advice to people who want to follow in your footsteps.
Definitely.
Everyone, stay tuned. We're going to take a short break to hear from our sponsors. We'll be right back to the Prime Real Estate Network. This is Rick Davis, realtor and host of the Prime Real Estate Network. Are you currently leasing or looking to relocate to the Houston area and you find yourself falling in love with a home but aren't quite in a position to purchase? Well, no worries. We offer the Right to Purchase program. We can place you in the home of your dreams at current market rental rates and give you up to 3 years to buy. Did you know that a majority of the homes that are for sale offer better quality than those that are for rent? So why wait? Don't cheat yourself, treat yourself. Let me and my team help you purchase a home that you and your family can fall in love with. Give me a call today at 832-928-3963. And remember to follow the Prime Real Estate Network podcast on YouTube, Facebook, iTunes, Spotify, and Google Play. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Be blessed. Welcome back to the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. I'm your host, Rick Davis. I urge you to follow me at Prime Real Estate Rick on Instagram and Facebook. Visit our website at brooksanddavis.com for anything involving selling, buying, renting, or property management anywhere in the great state of Texas. And if you are looking for the best and finest in men's and women's hats and fedoras, feel free to visit our sponsor at shopelitestyle.com. As always, my co-host, the Texas Real Estate King, back from his trip to California, Mr. Larry W. Brooks. How you doing, brother?
You know what? I'm good. No complaints at all, Ricky.
Hey, man. And as always,
enjoying our amazing guests. That's what I'm telling
it's
you.
a pleasure
The
to have.
nuggets are being dropped on this thing. If y'all ain't taking them, I am. Don't worry. Y'all can see me blow up. Y'all can like, why every time I Google his YouTube page pop up?
There you go.
I'm taking information.
Soaking
and
up game,
understanding.
brother. Game all day. So, sitting in with us is the queen of YouTube online content creation.
I love that.
She's also known the worldwide as Brittany the host, but here sitting in with us on the Prime Real Estate Network podcast this week, and I'm thankful to have her, is Miss Brittany Daniel.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm great.
I appreciate you for carving some time out your busy schedule to sit in with us.
I love it. This is what I'm supposed to do. So you got to share, and that's another thing about YouTube is when you hold in your gifts, other people miss out.
You know, the cool thing is, and I want to give all of your followers and people who subscribe to your channel an opportunity to get information about you that they normally wouldn't be able to gain about you from watching out your videos. Because I don't know if all of your followers and people who watch your videos have seen you in this type of format.
Probably not.
So the cool thing is, and my first question is for those who are watching and meeting you for the first time, how would you advise them to get over any possible camera shyness?
Practice.
And that's what it's about.
It's really about practice. I hated watching. Everybody hates hearing themselves at first.
Right.
You get over that. Then you hate seeing yourself on camera. You get over that. And then I went to a point where I didn't want anybody that I knew to watch my videos. Like when they would pull up if somebody would be in the same room and say, oh, I want to see your content, it would make me cringe to know that somebody was watching me on a video. I got over that.
Wow.
It just takes time. And people might watch my video like, oh, that's good for her. She can talk on camera. It takes practice. Even if you're gifted at something, it still takes practice. Put in those 10,000 hours and it will get better over time. Nobody's good in the beginning. Everybody has a bad video. And if you disagree, go back to one of your favorite YouTubers. Right. Go all the way to their very first video and watch how much they've progressed over the years. That's what I always tell people.
No, because I want everyone who hears this interview or views this video to know that all of the tips and advice that you're giving is something that can be used and implement it now.
Yes.
They don't have to
definitely.
wait.
No, they shouldn't wait.
They don't have to go to acting class
No.
or public speaking
If
classes.
you have an iPhone, you should be making YouTube videos. I'm sure Android can too. I don't have one of those. But if you have an iPhone, especially a 6 Plus or newer, you have everything at your fingertips to make a YouTube video and to publish today if you want to.
And I want to make sure, because Larry and I, we ask every guest that sits in with us this weekly. When you think back to your upbringing, you as a young woman, was there any members of your family, immediate family, friends, confidants that were entrepreneurs or business people that kind of showed you an example of someone who was trailblazing and making their own path from that standpoint?
Honestly, the only person I can think of, my grandmother. She was a hustler. I remember just watching her. She would always do, I don't know, I forgot what the business is called, but she always tried to go out there and get it on her own, whether it be in, she never did real estate, which she probably would have did great at, but she did like insurance and, you know, just, she tried, she went hard for herself every single day. And I really didn't take note, but she was the one who opened my eyes to law of attraction and vision boards and seminars and books, self-help books. So she kind of crept the door in at 12. So I want parents to know that just because your kids you might not think that they're paying attention, you don't know how that can impact their lives later down the road.
So grandma didn't know that she was inspiring a young beast.
Had no idea. I
Over
remember
there getting everything, sharpening your blade, getting ready to get out there and chop down your own trees and make your own path.
No, definitely. I remember my first vision board. I had a C-Class sedan, Mercedes-Benz on it. And I was only 12. I didn't know how I was going to get that. And I didn't even end up getting the Benz Mercedes. I could have, but I got a BMW instead. So
it was in your vision
even though I
board.
tell young adults, don't buy a luxury car. It's not worth it. If I could take that back, I would.
And I have to bring this to everyone's attention who hadn't had a chance to go to your channel. One of the vlogs that you made that I thought was very inspiring and educational was your video about what you should splurge on and what you shouldn't splurge on.
Yeah.
And I urge everyone, do you remember the title so that when people go to your channel, they know
it's what you should spend your money on and what you should splurge on and what you should not spend your money on or waste your money on.
What motivated you to make those two videos? I know I'm putting you on the spot,
No,
but
go ahead.
they were
That's
so
fine.
entertaining to me that I was sitting back thinking to myself, that is like right on time.
Yeah.
Making a lot of money mistakes. You know, when I graduated college, I went to Prairie View A&M University. Shout out to all my Panthers out there.
Who you rooting for?
PVU. You know. Shout out to all my Panthers. I graduated from Prairie View A&M University in 2012, and at the same time, I commissioned into the United States as an Army officer. So at 23, I stayed in college 6 years because I loved it so much. At 23,
Sound like an Omega. They love it so much too.
I loved it. Loved it so much. I graduated. So you go from being broke, and if you get a job coming out that you're making pretty decent money when you didn't really have any bills. What I had a car note, insurance, and a cell phone bill. You know, so when you start making, at the time, I think I was making like $64,000, and when you have no money to $64,000, that's a lot.
Right.
You just start
yeah.
losing your mind. I upgraded my car. Didn't need to. Actually, I purchased purchased 3. I went shopping. I went to, I lived in Atlanta right after I commissioned. So I was going to the strip clubs and spending money and just really fiscally irresponsible. I was saving, I kept my credit good. I paid my bills. So I was being responsible, but I wasn't thinking long term. And when you're in your early 20s, of course, you don't think about long term most of the time.
And you're not the only one. That's because people like to target athletes for having that problem.
No, it's
But
everybody.
even young, successful people like yourself, you walk into it
Young
and you have
pros.
the exact same issue. They
Especially
have
if-
the exact same issue.
Especially if you're young and black, or you're young and you're under the poverty line, and
Yep.
your parents did what they could. But when I was 18, that was it. Like I got you to school.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
No
Right.
doubt.
My mom never even stood in the financial aid line. She was like, figure it out. So when you don't
That's
have
real.
that guidance or anybody telling you what you should do, you make all the wrong mistakes. So that video was inspired so people didn't make those same mistakes. And they'll come at me like, oh, you tell people not to get a BMW, you have one. It's because I can't give it back because I got to pay for it.
No
Because
doubt about
if you
it.
know how stuff works, you can't just give stuff back once you pay for
Yeah.
it. So.
And you rep PVU, which is mad cool. I have a young cousin that just started there this semester.
Oh,
so
I'm so jealous. I
I
wish
want
I
to
could
give
go
a shout
back.
out to my little cousin Jalen, man. Represent down there in PV, man. Proud of you, brother. But the question I wanted to ask before we didn't have enough time with you this week is, what did it take for you to emotionally and financially invest in yourself where you decided that it was time for you to take your YouTube channel, your online content creation business to that next level? Because there's people who are, like you said, dabbling right now, making a couple of videos, more a vanity thing than a actual business thing. Do you have any advice to help push them over that line to get them from off the sideline but into the game?
The money you can make. A lot of my friends, and I'm sorry to put them on blast, they make over 6 figures. You know, and
Be sorry to put them on blast. Them good people put on
no,
blast.
I mean, you know, because I don't want to tell their business, but a lot of my friends or the people that I've networked with over the years, they make really good money, and I've made consistent income for the last 2 years. So it's really on your hustle. It's really on implementing the tactics. Now you can't just throw up any type of video and expect to get views, and it does take time. It took me 4 years to get to where I am. And also it's something that I knew I wanted to do. So if it's something you definitely hate, don't want to do, don't waste your time, don't waste your money, because you do have to make an investment like any business. I put a lot of money into YouTube before I even saw a penny, but it was something that I loved. I was working a job where I felt like nobody understood me. I liked hair, makeup, weave at the time, and I was surrounded by jarheads. I was surrounded by military guys, and I'm like, I care nothing about World War II statues and nothing. I wanted to talk about hair and makeup, and I found a community that did what I want to do. And on YouTube, there's so many communities out there. If you are into fedoras, there's a community. If you're into planning or planners, there's a community for that. So you have to find your tribe.
And you know, the thing that makes your work a godsend for everyone who has the opportunity to interact and actually absorb the information that you give out in your content and videos is that, especially in this country where everything is very capitalistic, I want to ask you before you go, what motivated you to actually want to educate others? Because when someone builds a successful brand, you don't always have to decide that I want to give back and help uplift, because, you know, some people might look at that as competition or I don't want to put another shark in the sea, that type of thing. So what is it about you spiritually that motivates you to want to educate the masses when it comes to this type of information?
One, like I said, I believe everybody should share their gifts, because if you don't share your gifts and what God gave you, he either takes them or people lose out. And second, that's where my bread and butter was coming from. Like, the more I shared, like, that's what my people wanted to see. They didn't care if I, you know, they watch my vlogs now, but they didn't care if I went shopping and showed them what I got. Like, they wanted to know about the money. They wanted to know about budget and savings. So you have to listen to your audience. What do they gravitate towards? What do they want to know more about? Ask your audience. Say, hey, what do you guys want to see? What do you guys want to know from me? And it was God showing me that when you keep sharing and you keep being a blessing to others, I will bless you. When the times where I was selfish, my money would go down. When I started making it too much about me, my money would go down. So it's a constant checks and balance with life. But it's definitely a spiritual journey. It's definitely God driven 100%. But it's really that if you have to share your gifts, even if it's not on YouTube. There's something that you have that the world needs, and if you do not share that, then you might be missing out on your purpose.
That's so deep. Thank you so much.
No problem.
For sitting in with us this week. I know I told you the show would be 30 minutes, but it seemed like we've been only on for like 10. And I keep looking at the time and I'm like, oh my gosh, we have to sign off already. But I urge everyone, reach out to Miss Brittany Daniel. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
I don't dabble too much on Facebook. Not yet. I will. But they can contact me at Brittany the Host with a T, HOST. At gmail.com, and you can book a one-on-one session with me.
Please.
I do one-on-one trainings. I do 2-day intensives where I will come. We can meet up at a hotel, or I come to a specific location and we can go over and I can teach you YouTube start to finish. I do tactics and strategy training where I can look at your YouTube channels and tell you, you know, what do you need to do to grow. And I can also get you going from scratch. If you have no idea, you don't know anything, and all you got is an iPhone, I can help you too.
Man, don't cheat yourself. You know what I mean? Soak up the game, reach out, break bread, and set up a one-on-one consultation, because the thing that's so powerful that Ms. Daniel mentioned is that there can be residual income made from YouTube. And with that being the case, that's a game changer.
No doubt.
Mr. Brooks,
Yes, sir.
what we got going on this week? How can people
Man,
get out and interact with you personally,
it's
sir?
going down this week. It's my, as my heritage says, it's going down.
Right.
And so this week, guys, tonight, we'll start with tonight. So tonight I'll be hosting a property and real estate event that'll be taking place at Le Chateau. It's out for sophomore in the southeast area of town. But of course, if you go to my Instagram at Texas Real Estate King, I've shared the address and things like that on there. Tomorrow, which is Friday, that morning Brooks and Davis will be spending some time at the career fair at Champion School of Real Estate in the Gallery area. So if you're inquiring about getting your real estate license or you're inquiring about getting into that industry as a professional, then most definitely stop by. We'll be there from 10 to 2 is the event. So come by Champion School of Real Estate in the Gallery area. That evening, I'll be at a spot called Aurea. I'll be hosting the annual Stephen F. Austin versus Sam Houston Battle of the Piney Woods party that night, kickoff party. So I'll be one of the official hosts. Plus, I'll be celebrating my birthday there. Hopefully, I can get Mr. Ricardo Davis to come out as well. Saturday, and I'm running down the whole list of things right now, but of course, go to my Instagram page. You'll be able to see these things. Saturday, we'll be hosting the after party to the Battle of the Piney Woods game at the Ghost Bar. And then on Sunday, I cannot think of the name of the location of the new, it's a very new venue. Again, on Sunday, I'll be able to share more of that. So go to my Instagram page.
Hey, look, man. Hang out with us. As Larry told you, I guess I'm going to be out all weekend, too. So
all weekend.
We look forward to hanging out and kicking it with everyone who has the opportunity to hang out in Houston this weekend.
Let's go, Jax.
On behalf of myself, Miss Brittany Daniel, the queen of content.
Yes.
And the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. Larry W. Brooks. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. We'll see you all next Thursday. And thank you for tuning into the Prime Real Estate Network.
Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm, LLC is marketing a property for sale right now that you can buy. These properties range from land lots for under $20,000 to move-in ready homes $500,000 and more, along with everything in between. To see this week's list of properties for sale you can buy now, go to bit.ly/BDREF weekly list. That's bit.ly/BDREF weekly list. If you plan on selling some real estate and you need it on the weekly list, call 713-665-8329 to speak with someone about it.